Rodgers and the Packers gearing up to host the Cowboys this Sunday only on Fox. Mike McCarthy, of course, spent 13 years in Green Bay. He's finally making his return as the Dallas head coach. Here's what Rodgers had to say about his now former head coach.
Yeah, I think as time goes by, the gratitude for that time as you look back on the journey of your career is goes up a little bit, and you appreciate the little things a little bit more because really this game and life is about the journey, and I'll always be tied with him because of the connection that we had and the years we spent together. Obviously my longest tenured coach, longest tenured play caller. Thankful for those years and thankful maybe a little bit more as the years go by.
Time heals all wounds? I don't know. Shannon, what do you make of Rodgers speaking so fondly of McCarthy?
Sometimes time heals wounds. Not all the time. Skip, I don't really put anything into it. I think we all go through phases like that when you in a situation you don't think like, okay, could this be better? Could it be worse? Yada, yada, yada. And we're like, damn. And then you have the success that you had with Matt LaFleur so early. And then you look back with damn. But as time goes on and you like, well, damn, we did have a pretty good run now. I won 2 MVPs, won a Super Bowl. We won 6 division titles. It wasn't all bad. And then when you go through stretches like what you're going through right now, you really appreciate it, Skip, because you realize how hard it is to win in this league. There's nothing given, and you don't take anything for granted. It is very, very hard to win an NFL football game. It's very hard to win consistently in this league. I think that's why no matter what you think about the Patriots, what you think about Bill Belichick, it's the evil empire and Tom Brady. You will never see what you saw in New England over those 20 years that they were there. You will never see that again.
Agreed.
Never. It is hard. They make it look easy, and you take it for granted. But if you play this game, you're around this game, you study this game, you know it's hard as hell to win. So, like I said, I don't want to, hopefully he has an appreciation of the way he used to play and not throw another stinker on Sunday like he did last Sunday. Let's see, Cowboys, I think the Cowboys have a better defense than the last place Lions, and hopefully he can score more than 22 points, something that he hadn't done since week 2. So hopefully we can do that. Because the Cowboys defense with Michael Parsons and those guys, they're out to show. Because, see, what you try to do now, Skip, is that we're trying to send messages to everybody that's going to be watching this game that might be on our schedule also. We for real.
Okay.
So when we show up to your building or you show up to our building, ass kicking about to happen.
Okay.
It starts on Sunday.
I cannot tell you how much I hope you're right. I'm not sure you are. So I'm going to preface everything I'm about to say about Aaron bleeping Rodgers by saying I'm not trying to reverse jinx here. I'm not trying to pour mouth. I'm not trying to send a message to my team because my team needs to go finish this off. They need to go finish off a quarterback who has flat out owned them for years and years on end. Aaron Rodgers is a shrewd operator. He is the definition of what I call wily. He is a master media manipulator. He is operating this week, I believe, with a hidden agenda. That agenda is, I'm going to lay it on thick about old Mike McCarthy because I'm just laying in the weeds out here in Green Bay. And they think I'm dead, but I'm not. And they want to retire me, but I'm not going to go quietly.
Right.
Because there's something, I did my podcast on this, there's something about Aaron versus Dallas. Just go look at it. I don't have time to go through the chapter and verse of it. He has stuck it to us game after game after game, even when you least expected it. Even the year we got him with a young Dak and a young Zeke going up to Green Bay and shocking them 30-16, he came right back down here when we were riding the highest. 13-3 with the number 1 seed and off a bye week. And you know what he did to us in a game at Jerry World, 34-31. He was sensational, but he's always been sensational against us. He has often stunk in the postseason, except against the Dallas Cowboys. Go look it up.
Right.
My point is, He knows what he's doing. He's laying it on so thick about Mike McCarthy. By the way, they fell completely apart for not 1 year, but for 3 years. It got really rocky.
And remember they talked about, how he and Aaron Rodgers, there was a disconnect, and Mike was getting massages on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
remember, he ran off Van Pelt, his quarterback coach, without asking Aaron.
Yes.
And now Aaron's saying, we keep in touch, especially lately, and I assume it's by text. I don't know, would they actually phone call each other or FaceTime each other? I doubt it.
Right.
But would they text back and forth, hey, how are you? Good game, bad game, whatever, just keep up with each other? I don't know, but he's indicating that they do.
Right.
Okay, so here's why Aaron Rodgers has to be chuckling to himself. They are decimated, but mostly on the defensive side right now because they lost Rashawn Gary, who is their best pass rusher.
Yes.
They lost Stokes, who is a starting cornerback, and he's pretty good.
Right.
So their issues are on defense, but Aaron doesn't play defense, obviously. He plays offense.
Right.
Now, help me out here. He's still got Lazard and Tunyon. Those are his two best receivers. Am I right?
Yes.
And that Toure kid, every time I look up, he's behind somebody, and Aaron underthrew him at the goal line, or that would have been 6 points.
Right.
And Sammy Watkins had some moments last week at Detroit where I said, oh, okay, now I see him. Okay, well, but I'm just saying he's been around, and in big games, he's not going to choke. He may not be good enough, but he's still a factor to me. And then the kid they drafted high, that Christian Watson, I thought he was in concussion protocol, and they said, yes, no, he's fine, he will play. He's a weapon because he can fly. So my point is, now they're saying Aaron Jones, another Cowboy killer, because he grew up a Cowboy fan you just spoke of El Paso. Well, he literally lived in El Paso.
Okay.
And I think he's got an ankle, but just watch. You don't talk about a tough kid. He'll come out there and play football.
Well, Skip, look, this is what we know. Aaron Rodgers he's waiting. He wants to win this game so he can go on Pat McAfee and gloat.
You better believe it.
They wrote us off and whatnot.
Everybody's shoveling dirt on his grave.
He gonna come out there. He's gonna have his hair slicked back. He'll probably have a cigar.
I got it.
And he gonna be yada yada. They wrote me off, but I have confidence in me.
Okay, but help me out. Degree of difficulty with his offense. The offensive line's intact, and Bakhtiari.
But they're not very good, though.
Okay, well, but they're not bad. I don't think the offensive line is bad. And if Aaron Jones can go and A.J. Dillon, it's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Yeah. And to Aaron's point, I don't disagree. He summed up the Detroit game, and you said, well, but they didn't cash. But they were going up and down the field at will. He just kept mucking it up, so to speak, in the red zone. He just kept, I don't even know what got into him.
What Aaron Rodgers was doing was the equivalent of walking up and down Rodeo Drive and then go in any store and purchase anything.
That is correct. That's a good analogy. I would agree. After a while, I said, are you still on ayahuasca? Because that's what it looked like. He's just floating through the game.
How about this? He's probably hoping, I don't know what the temp is going to be. He's probably hoping it's going to be as cold.
Okay. All right.
Dallas hadn't had one of those games yet. How are you going to react? And that's the thing, Skip. Now, you know what Green Bay is like in November, and it might be 20 degrees. It might be 10.
Well, number 12 for them does not mind about the temperature. He's been really good in cold weather.
Yeah, well, except when it comes to playoffs.
Okay, well, that's exactly right. Because if you go back into the past, Eli went in there in cold weather. Colin Kaepernick went in there in cold weather. He's been completely overrated as a postseason quarterback, except against my Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
2-0.
Well, Skip, I don't know if your Dallas Cowboys have ever been in a situation where they have a defense like this to face him.
Okay, you're right. I completely agree. I don't like my defense. I love my defense.
Yeah, there's not to like about it.
I don't like my defensive coordinator. I love him. He is the essence. He is the leader of this football team. He's everything drop the mic McCarthy is not.
Are you going to stop the run?
Okay.
Listen, you tell me that. Are you going to stop the run on Sunday?
Because we are vulnerable that way. I don't know. We went and got the 360-pound guy from the Raiders, and again, he played a few snaps the other day. He's going to have to play a lot of snaps if they start pounding A.J. Dillon up our gut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. I just believe Aaron Rodgers will play very well in this game because I think he loves to stick it to the Dallas Cowboys.
How about this? I'm going to use one of yours. He should. He owes his team that.
Yeah.
He owes them playing well. Considering what he did the last couple of weeks,
I got that.
He owes them.
Okay, but I'm more concerned about a little different word than O. I'm a little more concerned about OWN as in own us. He owns us. He just does. We have never made him look nearly as bad as everybody else does in the postseason.
Well, you got that's on your defense. You say you're gonna go as far as your defense can.
All right,
okay.
well, there it is. Okay, and I'm on record on Monday morning sitting in this chair. It is time for them to go up there and put an end to the Packers season, and maybe, I don't know, put an end to his career in Green Bay.
Well, Dak, all these guys you mentioned on defense that's possibly out. What's your offense gonna do?
Thank you. This is a Dak Prescott game, but he's going to have to outperform Aaron Rodgers on the frozen tundra that'll be pretty chilly on Sunday evening, right?
You say Tony Pollard should run for 200 in.
Okay, well, you know what? My offense should do some things against that defense after you keep decimating and taking away player after player. So, again.
Cowboys by 20?
No. By 20?
What you mean, no?
Are you kidding?
You just said they decimated. You just said Aaron Rodgers playing like poo-poo.
I didn't say that. You said that.
He is, though.
He doesn't play like poo-poo. He turns us into poo-poo.
I know you're trying to get scared.
I'm not trying. I told you.
Okay.
I just laid it on the table. This will be a close game. And it might be a shootout. It just might be a little bit of a shootout.
How about this?
This might be a score up around the 30s.
Okay, since you feel that way, if the Cowboys win, you won't come out here and talk about how about your Cowboys then?
If they win?
If they win.
Well, they should win this
Exactly,
game.
so you...
Well, I'm sorry, I can't contain myself.
Man, you ought to be
If they beat Aaron Rodgers, I'm coming out here.
You just hyped him up to about Aaron Rodgers. He owns the Cowboys.
Well, he does, but it's time to go drive a stake through his heart, right?
So you want to be done, the season done and everything.
I need them to go up there and finish this off. And then next is your man, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, got you.
Okay, we got that. Now, that's going to be a do bet. Thank you. In fact, if you'd like a couple of cases on that, I'll take it right now.
5 chains?
Yeah.
5 chains? He might have about 6 chains after he do something bad to y'all.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he might get Trayvon Diggs chain.
Really?
Yep.
We'll just, we
well, gentlemen,
owe him.
at least for this weekend in Green Bay, it's a high of 37, a low of 23. So we'll see how that affects things. It's America's Game of the Week only on the NFL on Fox. Still to come.